welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please like, share and subscribe and all those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. So right now we are going to take a look at the Vault Guardsman from the Ursa Major wave. Now, jumping straight in, let's get the figure out of the box. Here he is. Now there's not a huge amount that can be said about this particular figure as an action figure because he is pretty much a standard buck with just a new helmet and two closed fist hands and a little gun there as well. So what I want to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the actual character and what the Vault Guardsmen are, as well as having a look at the figure at the same time. So the figure itself is quite nice. It's a standard buck. It's got a nice green, two-tone green metallic finish, and from what I can tell as well, a new head. I mean, this looks like a standard head that they've used before on various other things, but obviously with the new helmeted piece as well. So there isn't a huge amount to be said for the figure. The articulation is the same as most of the other male 6-inch figures. The whole chest swivel, the waist swivel, the chest goes back and forwards, the arms, the knees, etc, etc. So let's dive a little bit deeper into who the Vault Guardsman is. So there's two sides of this really. The Guardsmen are a group of people that guard the Vault in the comic books, and the Vault is obviously the high-tech prison that kind of looks after all the big super villains. And there's a handful of these guys, and they are the Vault's Guardsmen, and they wear an outfit very similar to this, and they are basically the like the prison wardens for the Vault. That's essentially it. Now the box obviously says Vault Guardsman, so that implies that this is obviously essentially like an army builder where you can buy a handful of the figures, and you have a little lineup of prison officers to guard the vault in your setup or your figure photography. However, the actual Guardsman character originates back to the kind of early 70s, and he originated in the Iron Man comic, and the first one was a guy called Kevin O'Brien, and basically what he did is he created a repulsor ray gun, and that's what obviously we see here included as well, and that's why it kind of gives me the idea that maybe this is the version of the character that we're seeing. He invented a repulsor ray gun and caught the attention of Tony Stark, and then essentially went on to kind of be a bit of a buddy of his and work alongside him, and he had this kind of metallic green suit. So if I bring in a modular Iron Man, you can see here as well they stand shoulder to shoulder, and I bring in the stealth Iron Man as well. So 3 figures all from this wave. Now what I will say about this character is because he's in the metallic green, standing him alongside these other Iron Man suit variations, it is quite pleasing aesthetically. You've got like a metallic blue on the stealth armor, you've got a metallic green on the Vault Guardsman, and you've obviously got the metallic red and yellow or red and gold on the Iron Man modular suit. So he does look quite nice on the shelf next to the other suits, and next to the other guys from this wave. So there's not a huge amount to complain about, but he would definitely, in my opinion, become the peg warmer unless all of a sudden people really get behind the idea of army building his character, and picking him up where they can. So going back into the history of this character, so as I said, he worked alongside Tony Stark, and Tony actually became quite good friends with him, told him what his secret identity was, so he told him that he was Iron Man, etc. And then he offered to actually build Kevin an upgraded suit as well. So he did build that suit for him, and then later on in the comics, Kevin had to then go and rescue Iron Man, who had been captured by somebody. And what happened is why he was actually on that rescue mission. There was this fight broke out, and basically something went wrong with the suit. It wasn't tested properly or something along those lines, and there was a malfunction, and basically the circuitry kind of affected his brain that taps into kind of the jealousy and the anger elements of a human brain. So what happened is he became really jealous of Tony Stark and really kind of angry and resentful towards him, and then obviously joined as part of a team as well to plot to kill Tony Stark later on, and then that's when he kind of went by the name Guardsman, and that's where the kind of the superhero super villain name came from. So I'm assuming that because he's got a little ray gun, and because we've got him in the Iron Man set, that this is meant to be kind of a standalone figure. The name on the box just confused me a little bit because obviously Vault's Guardsman is the collective, it's the guys that guard the Vault, whereas the actual Guardsman character was the superhero stroke supervillain from the early 70s that worked alongside Tony Stark. Now because obviously he's a bit of a random character to have on your shelf, quite an obscure one, let's put him in a bit of an obscure pose and see if I can hold it there. I messed around with the posing on Ursa Major, and it kind of got me a little bit interested in trying to get another pose on this one. So let's see if I can get him in a little bit of a... There you go. Just a bit of silliness there to go alongside it. So yeah, I mean, he's a decent figure. I can't really, he is what he is. The metallic paint finish on him is really nice, like I said earlier. And as I got the whole wave in one go, I'm not overly unhappy with him. I would have liked to have seen somebody a bit more significant as part of the wave. Guardsman there on my Iron Man shelf, not a bad thing. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.